Hello, students. I hope you are all keeping fine and healthy. In the last unit, we have seen only the beginning of the poem from the first stanza. Today, we continue from there. All of you look at the third line of the first paragraph. It is twice blessed, it blesseth him that gives and him that takes. So it is twice. Twice means double. Blessed means blessed. Mercy blesses twice. It blesses both one who gives and one who receives. Obviously, mercy it blesses twice. One who gives the mercy, he will be very happy, he will be very contented, and he will be blessed by God because he is showing mercy. He will be called the merciful one. One who receives the mercy, he will be blessed by that mercy that will save his life. Right? So, that the poet says here mercy is twice blessed. Look at the next line. It is mightiest in the mightiest it becomes. So, in this way, it becomes strongest. Underline that word mightiest. Mightiest means strongest. When will it become strongest? When one person shows mercy to someone, then mercy will become the mightiest and mightiest. This is what the first stanza. Let us move on to the second stanza. The throne monarch, better than his crown, his scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute awe and majesty, wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. So, in the second stanza, the poet says about a king. The king, in spite of having a lot of wealth, money, power, having throne, crown, empire, but would be better only when he possesses the quality of mercy. This is what the second stanza says. The throne monarch better than his crown. Underline that word throned. It means throne. Monarch means a ruler, a king. So throne monarch means a person who is seated on the luxurious throne. Who will sit on the throne? The king sit on the throne. The throne monarch better than his crown. Crown means the one that is worn by the king on his head, which indicates power, which indicates authority, which indicates power to rule the people. Even though king who is seated on the throne will be better than his crown, when will be better? When he is possessing the quality of mercy. His scepter shows the force of temporal power. Scepter, underline the word, and it is given in the glossary. Scepter means a decorated rod carried by a king or queen that shows the symbol of power of the king. His scepter, which is also given in the glossary, it is quite often comes in the exam as a one word question. His scepter shows the force of. What does it show? What did his scepter show? The force of temporal power. Underline the words temporal power. It means worldly power, earthly power. What we find, for example, the king used to have majesty, power, command, ruling, administration, delivering judgments. Even though his scepter shows the temporal power and it is showing. Look at the next line. The attribute awe and majesty. Attribute, underline the word. Attribute means quality. Which is the quality of awe and majesty? His scepter. His scepter has the quality of awe and majesty. Awe means respect mixed with fear. So, when the king holding his scepter, his subjects, means his people, will show him respect with fear and might, majesty, it indicates majesty. Majesty means royal power. The scepter symbolizes the royal power. The next line. Wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. What we find, doth means does, threatening. When the king holds the scepter, every people will be threatened. There will be a state of anxiety. Everyone will be afraid of the king, afraid of the power. But mercy is above the sceptered sway. Underline the words sceptered sway. It means powerful rule. The first four lines of the second stanza showed us the temporary power of the king, the earthly power, whereas the last line shows the mercy is above the powerful rule. It is above the royal power, above the earthly power. It is above the authoritative rule. So finally, the poet conveys that the king will be good, will be better when he possesses the quality of mercy. Have you understood? Let's move on to the last stanza. It is enthroned in the heart of kings. It is an attribute to God Himself. An earthly power doth then show likest gods when mercy seasons justice. In the last stanza, the poet is concluding that mercy, it should enthrone in the heart of the kings. Every king should have mercy in his heart towards his people. When he possesses mercy, he will possess godliness. Everyone will call the king godly man. Godliness will appear in him. It is enthroned in the heart of kings. Enthroned means mercy should be seated in the heart of kings. Not only kings, but everyone. Everyone should possess it. It is an attribute to God Himself. Yes, obviously, It is the quality of God Himself. Attribute means quality. Mercy is the quality of God Himself. Yes, as we address God, the merciful one, an earthly power doth then show likest gods when mercy seasons justice. So finally, the poet says, these earthly power, these worldly power, these temporary power will become like that of God. Underline the word likest God. It means like that of God. When mercy seasons justice, when mercy is mixed with justice, then God will appear there. Have you understood? So, in this manner, Portia tried to make Shylock understand the concept of mercy. The entire poem, we have come to know about the quality of mercy as suggested by Portia, one of the main characters in the drama The Merchant of Venice. And the poet William Shakespeare had beautifully, effectively, very creatively explained the quality of mercy through the character of Portia. Finally, in that argument, in which argument? The argument in which she was arguing in defense of Antonio, and ultimately she won the case in that argument. We come to know mercy and compassion. These two are the virtues of the every religion. A man without mercy will not be called a man at all. Mercy and compassion make the world better. So, dear students, in this way, poet William Shakespeare concluded the poem. Since the poem is for memorization, your homework is memorize the whole poem. Thank you.